Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and we'll talk soon.
Well, hey family, happy Friday. This is Darlene. I am working on some bracelets. I had made these two bracelets the other day, and they are two of what's going to be a six-piece stack. I got busy doing some other projects, so I wasn't able to finish this one, but I am going to finish now since my weekend begins now. Somebody was saying that they couldn't hear me in the video. I'm not really sure why because I talk loud enough and the mic is like literally right here next to me. Sometimes you have to turn the volume up on whatever device it is that you are using because I have mine up like to the fullest on my side, and then sometimes I'm just mumbling. I'm not even talking to you guys, via the video. I'm just basically talking to myself. So there will be times when I'll say something and it's like a mumbling because chances are I am mumbling. And when I'm actually saying something to you, you should be able to hear me because I think I talk loud enough. But this is what this looks like so far. So I'm going to just use a bunch of beads that I got up here. And by the time I finish, it should be a six piece set. And we're just going to build on top of what we got going on right here. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend because I'm like, Lord have mercy. Just too much going on and too many places with too many people, right? I like the way that's building already. Just a lot going on. And the trick with that is sometimes it's not even you, it's just people that you are associated with, be it family or friends or whomever, and it's not even bad stuff. It's just things that, just life itself just kind of spills out onto you, just like as time, times when we in our life got some situations going on and they may spill off onto others, and you don't mean for them to, but sometimes, stuff just be going on and it's not even anything has to do with you. It's just, family is whatever it is. And generally it's like family. It's kind of always something going on. And I do know, like for my family, we have a lot of I want to say like older, a couple of older family members, like where they're starting to get sick or like things are starting to happen and they require a lot more attention than they used to. And then you have others that are, in critical type conditions, and like life just life comes and life goes and it just is what it is. And we just got to, we're never ready for it, but just got to anticipate things because it's life, and we all have an appointment with death. We all have an appointment with our bodies breaking down if God allows us to. I like the way that looks. And then I'm going to build on top of it with some of the wood beads. It's just life. That's why I be saying, not I say, but the Bible, says that to work while it is day, because at night no man can work. Is basically saying, get stuff done while you can, because at some point your hands ain't gonna work, your legs ain't gonna work, your mind gonna halfway work. So it's like, do what you can do while you can do it, with no complaining, no whining, no anything. Just stay focused, keep your head down, and do the work. That's basically all we can do. Keep your head down and do the work. Especially if you're trying to, I like the way this looks. If you're trying to build or establish something that you can leave behind, it only makes sense. And I had put something in the Facebook group regarding e-commerce. Score offers a course where you can take the free course online, and it's all about e-commerce, like learning about e-commerce, and it's a pretty solid foundation of learning or for learning e-commerce operation. So that is in the Facebook group. And I try to be sharing information in that Facebook group whenever I get time, where it benefits people. Anybody who is interested in possibly building a business from what it is that they are doing. And sometimes we just need basic information. That's all there is. There ain't no more. Sometimes we just need basic information to move us from one step to the next. And it's okay to not know something, but it's not okay to not know something and not learn something that you need to know. So that's not okay. I don't care what age we are. That is never okay not to know. I'm just sitting here beading. Ain't even got this in the camera. Sometimes I'll be like, I know they can't see me doing this while I'm just running off at the mouth, but I like the way that matches. That's really good. And it's like a nice little unisex bracelet. I might have to use this one just to maybe start its own. I might have to do that. I did stop by, what's the name of that store? Hobby Lobby today. I found myself starting to go south as opposed to going west. West for me is going to Joann's. South of me is going to Hobby Lobby. So I'm finding myself going to Hobby Lobby as opposed to going to Joann's, right? And that's on purpose to start getting myself into the habit of going to a store that I'm more than likely going to end up going to for, like quickies anyway. So, and while I was in there, I don't know if the guy must have been trying to steal a bunch of stuff because when I passed him, he had a basket, and I want to say he had a backpack or something in the bath, but it just looked strange. Like he had a lot of stuff, but then backpacks and stuff. So by the time I got back to the register, keep in mind I've been in there probably about 30 minutes just digging around looking at stuff. I was looking at the little wood pieces. I found some little wood things I want to try something with. So I was moving around the store, just kind of looking at different things, venturing off into areas in the store I had never been in, right? Because generally when I go into Hobby Lobby, I go straight to the beads. So, and that's about as far as I go. Okay, those little two areas right there. And when I passed him, the man had like all kind of stuff, and I'm like, it just looks strange, right? So by the time I got to the register, one of the ladies that worked there had came up to the front and said to the other lady to call a code something in home decor, and she said, well, the lady was looking at her like, well, why, da da da. And it was like a look that the lady gave the other lady that works there. So she called a little code and whatever. And it might have been seconds later, the guy came walking up, going out of the store. And I heard the other lady say, well, he had a lot of, I couldn't hear exactly what, but he had a lot of something. I guess his intention was was to take a lot of stuff, right? Because I was like thinking to myself, okay, well, he just had a basket full of stuff with a backpack and some other stuff, but he walking out of the store with absolutely nothing. So maybe he went into the store to, gather some things. There is a swap meet here in San Diego, and way towards the back. I haven't been out there in a really long time, so I don't know if the guy is still there or not. But it's a guy that used to be out there. This is really cute. That's a nice, easy little one piece bracelet. I would wear this myself. It's a guy out 2424. I don't know if he's still out there or not, but he used to be out there. And if I tell you, that man used to have everything from Home Depot, and I was thinking to myself, I don't know where you're getting this stuff from, but it's not the wholesale stuff. It's not none of that because it's actually Home Depot products, right? So one day we were in the store down there in Mission Valley, and the guy walked right past us. He had a long coat on. It was like 100 degrees outside. He had a long coat on, moving around at Home Depot. And I said to the person that was with me, I said, oh, that's where he be getting all that stuff from. He probably be coming up in here taking it out of Home Depot. I was just like, wow. Because I was like, how you got so much home? I was thinking to myself, I never asked him that. How you got so much of Home Depot stuff at the swap meet? Like, how do you do that? So then when we saw him at the store, because Mission Valley is not far from Sports Arena at all. So it's like, oh, okay, that's probably what he does, come in here and, get their stuff. But that stuff is going to burn out after a while. And then you see what happened where people used to steal stuff because it was all on the news and stuff, where people used to go in and steal stuff out of these stores and then take it back to get refunded or the gift cards and all that kind of stuff. And when that stuff stopped working, you see what people start doing. Now they going in doing smash and grabs. So it's like no matter what, they get ready to get your product. I really don't like this bracelet with this one. I'm looking at it. Well, then it does. It'll match. And I'm gonna do another three. So let's see. It'll come up in a nice stack. And when I see the videos where people are doing the smash and grabs, I'm like, yeah, because they can't go in and take the stuff no more and then walk back into the store and get a credit or cash back or anything. So one way or another, they're gonna get y'all merchandise. And it's unfortunate because so many of these stores is like closing down. And I'm sure that has something to do with it too, because they can't keep taking that loss like that. They cannot keep taking a loss like that. They competing with e-commerce, Amazon specifically, and like all these other. I'm looking to see which bead I'm going to use next, and then all these. I'm going to use this one right here, and then all these other e-commerce stores and things stuff, like so such. But there are ways, but we got to start thinking about ways in order to start, building a foundation for something. I doubled that one. Start building a foundation for something. I saw one of the videos the other day, the Auntie Fee video, and I can see, it's amazing how she started something, and then her son can literally build on top of what it was that she started. And I was like, seeing that's what it's supposed to be. And her what she did is evergreen. That's pretty. I like that. I think it's surrounded with some darker beads. Let's do, but that's what it's all about. Establishing something, getting stuff started, and it is e-commerce. I don't care what nobody say. All these stores fronts is going out, and e-commerce is coming in. Because if you think about it, when you go out, I really like the way that looks, right? Because by the time I go out, I'll be already ready to come back home. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. And my mind will be situated. I got some right here. My mind will be situated. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. And I'll have like a whole list of errands that I plan to do. But by the time I go to one or two places because it's so busy and people are so rude and everything is going on, I'm like, I'm going home. I'm going to try this another day. And then I find myself just going online, buying whatever it is that I need, and even paying bills and stuff online. So they got it to where, shoot, you ain't got to really go outside. That's even like groceries. I even order groceries and have groceries delivered, like kind of everything if I don't feel like going out. I think I'll put some maroon beads on this one because I like the maroon for this one. But it's e-commerce. I don't care what nobody say. It is e-commerce. And if you think about it, the older generation, they're not thinking about the older generation. Everything is establishing itself for younger folk. And there's a lot of older people, and I know that because I work with them, a lot of older people that could not tell you how to get online. They have computers and can't tell you how to turn the computer on. They can't tell you how to send a text. They don't know how to send a text. They don't know how to attach an email. I mean, like, it's just crazy stuff. And I'm like, well, it's not set up for older people. It's just not unless people actually learn. And sometimes we just gotta learn some stuff if we want to stay in the game. That's the reality of it. And I know sometimes it's a little difficult to be learning new stuff, but it's a must. This is really pretty. And I think I'm gonna put. I'm thinking if I want to just close it out with the maroon beads, that's a pretty color with the maroon beads, or if I just want to close it out with some different colors, like maybe we'll close it off with some of these beads, these bright ones. But that's what it is. It's all about learning. We just got to keep learning, whether we want to or not. Because I know I'm forever up in here, trying to learn something. And the trip is, I'm pretty savvy when it comes to technology. Like I'm pretty sharp when it comes to that. But that Shopify store, when I set my Shopify store up, that Shopify gave me a headache. When I say it gave me a headache, it gave me a headache. I had to reach out to a couple people and say, "Hey, well, I'm having some problems. How did you do what you did in order to get?" I was just just like, "Oh my god." And it was just literally hurting my head. I'm like, this is like the craziest. I've never had to be trying to figure something out. And it's really easy and simple, but when you learn it. But then as I was learning, I was like, man, this is giving me a headache. And a couple of times I started to just go back to Wix. I was like, well, I'm familiar with Wix. I'll just go back to Wix. But then in my mind, I'm like, well, no, that's what it's all about. That's what growth is all about. That's what change is all about. You just gotta man up, woman up, do what you gotta do and keep it done. This is cute. Do what you gotta do. And I learned it. It took me a minute, but I learned it. And the reason why I went with Shopify is because Shopify, you can integrate Shopify into your YouTube channel. So that's the benefit of Shopify. You can, which other one can you integrate? Shopify. There's a couple of other ones, but the other ones are drop shipping websites where you go on, upload your graphics and create like t-shirts and like different things. And you can integrate that website into your YouTube, and then the company, I forget the name of the companies, but they'll ship the product out for you. And I was like, and that's one of the main reasons why I stick with Shopify, only because I can incorporate my products into Shopify and you can see them scrolling at the very bottom under the videos. And sometime I'll switch them out. I'll have actual product, and then there's time I'll have beads or whatever it is that I'm selling on the website, or even sometime my ebooks or journals and different stuff like that, you may see scrolling at the bottom of the video. But that's the benefit of Shopify. Okay, and this is the fourth one. So let's see what this is looking like. This is the fourth one, and it almost kind of sort of. Oh, yeah, I like that. And then that's the thing too. I try to make each, well, not try to, I make each bracelet very different. So if whoever buys the bracelets, they can wear the bracelets individually and it still looks good, or they can stack them together and they look nice. Or you can wear three on one wrist, three on the other wrist, and they're just all very different, very almost gone. And I'm noticing that too, though. Remember, I said the other day that Hobby Lobby was full. They were full in there today too. They were full in there today, and it was a lot more people in the bead aisle. I'm noticing that a lot more people in the bead aisle. And that's where everybody gonna be going. Hobby Lobby and probably Michael's. When you want to get out and actually go somewhere to like into the store. Yeah, the green looks better. When you want to go out and actually go in, that's probably where everybody is going to be going, either Michael's or Hobby. Yeah, Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And Hobby Lobby got a lot of stuff up in here too. I'm like, they got so much stuff up in here. Just stuff. And a lot of stuff is 50% off. I know those beads were 50% off today too. I didn't even show you guys what I got out of there. I got a couple. I'll show you real quick. I got these out of there. These out of there today. These out of there today. I love these little colors right here. And I actually got some little dice. I'll make some type of something with these. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something really cute. I'm not sure what. Oh, and then these are butterflies. So you get four of these little butterflies, and they were just on a string with these four and like some itty bitty, I don't know if they 1 or 2 millimeter beads, but I got those. Let's see. And I went in there specifically for some wood to see, because the last time I was in there, I saw some wood. Um, I saw these things right here. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go back in there and grab those. And I'm going to paint them and maybe make some big chunky bracelets or even necklaces. So I'm going to paint them probably over the weekend. So I got the bigger one and then I got the small one. And then I'm going to test them out and see what they come out looking like. And if they don't come out looking like what I think they are, that's cool because they were only $1.99 per pack. And I saw those the last time I was in there. And I was like, I can go back and get those and see if I can make some type of focal bead with those. That's cute. And I'm using a 1 millimeter cord only because I'm using the smaller beads. This is already a 30-minute video, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. This is going to be a 6-piece. It is going to be a 6-piece bracelet set. And then that's what we got so far. I am going to put some charms. Oh, let's see. I'm going to put charms on some of these. And I want to make these beads that I got, I want to make these some little simple charms. Something I bought. Oh, that's why I bought these right here. Because I said I was going to make some charms out of these. The dice. I'm going to make some charms out of these, and I'm going to use them on some of the more colorful, like bracelets. Like when I use these type of colored beads. And I think that's why I had got these. I was like, oh, I can use those to make some charms. And also these right here. I got these too, so I can make some charms. And I'll stack them like probably 3 or 4 and just make them into like some nice little charms to go on the colorful bracelets. And then that's all there is. There ain't no more. So I am going to do one more bracelet to go with this stack, or maybe I'll just leave it as a 5 stack. I like the way they look. I still kind of don't like this one with the big bead for this particular stack. Yep, see? I don't like that one for now. If it's just like this, okay, cool. That goes good. But then with the bigger bead, I'm going to take this one apart, and I'm going to just take the bigger bead off, and then I'll just have it to where we got all the small beads like around like this. We'll have it like that. And then this is what it'll look like, and I'll go ahead and put some charms on. But anyway, this is a pretty long video, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, and I'll be back. And guess what? We'll talk.